So good morning again. My name is Rafał Pawłowicz. I'm working at Exclusive Networks based in Poland as a pre-sales engineer, and I'm supporting accounts for CE, Central Eastern Europe, about 18 countries with CrowdStrike. And welcome to our webinar. Here with me is my colleague Patrick.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Patrick Strusikowski. I'm working in Exclusive Networks, the same as Rafał. I'm a senior system engineer. Hello.
Okay, excellent. So today's webinar is more informative about partnership of CrowdStrike and F5, how it works, what you gain with this, how to get access to the system tenant, and in brief, how to install it with instructions, with links you will have for additional information instructions, and then by the end we'll just walk through the console and see in reality how is it done. Short webinar, max half an hour, so let's go on. First of all, I would like to tell a little bit about those three companies, so about Exclusive as a value-added distributor. We aggregate best cybersecurity solutions and services and add value as a distribution for both, in this case, F5 and CrowdStrike. Another slide. So actually, Exclusive has been founded in Paris in 2003. However, doing some acquisitions of companies in the region, we could say that our presence is sometimes over 30 years, 25 years. An example could be a Veracomp company in Poland and here also CE region. We are present in more than 50 countries, all the continents, and as Exclusive Networks in CE and EMEA since 2022. And we have ability to service customers in more than 170 countries. Why CrowdStrike? Well, first of all, we have a special agreement. It's a priority distribution for us as CrowdStrike. Amazing portfolio, number one leader in many independent evaluation organizations like Gartner. It's been like 7 years, I believe, in a row. Mitri attack evaluations recently with 100% detection, 0 false positive, and all of sort of rewards. Company has an amazing portfolio of Falcon family, which is not only just endpoint security and EDR, but it extends to third-party devices with XDR, extended detection response, AIDR, AI detection response. This is fairly new, we could say. Amazing, completely new attack surface we have to handle and protect. And by the way, this presentation will be available for all of you. We'll send it over email after this webinar, so don't worry about taking notes or copying links. It's all will be there for you. And here below the AIDR, there is a link to AI Summit. I really recommend to take a look at this. It takes about 1 hour, but it's amazing really how what can we see, what's needed really in our nowadays environment when agentic AI talk to agentic AI with SaaS applications exchanging keys between them. So excellent statement also from the CTO of the company of CrowdStrike that if we cannot really implement identity hygiene in our organization nowadays, with AI it will just multiply it and by quite a lot. So very important. Here we also have this whole module of identity protection from CrowdStrike with obviously modules like cloud security, cloud configuration security, container security, super fast next generation CM system, exposure management. So quite complete portfolio. I'll be talking a little bit about this in a moment. guess, over 30 or 32 modules. So not only EDR, but complete solution for protecting endpoints, again, cloud, containers, all cloud native or all AI native. And we have over 10 years of partnership with CrowdStrike, presence in EU. We also distribute other approved by ecosystem by CrowdStrike, which seamlessly integrates with them and so on and so forth. And then as value added, supporting services from consulting, from all sorts of demos we do for the customers, for our partners, and tests, trials, POCs, POVs, as we call them, proof of value for our partners, with our partners and their customers. We do trainings, integrations. We help with tenders, bid, RFPs, all of this documentation with the market would be a bit tricky. Any sort of consultancy with respect to cybersecurity. We help partners become a certified CrowdStrike partner or help them to become an MSSP, managed security service provider. And obviously we transfer knowledge, we have certified trainings, exam centers, etc. So we help you grow with the business, reducing the risk of lack of skilled human resources, which is extremely important nowadays. Technology is great, but if you cannot implement it in a correct way, leaving gaps, well, we still can be vulnerable. So that's more or less about CrowdStrike. And just in brief, the company has been founded in 2011. Nowadays it has a headquarters in Austin, Texas, United States. It's on the stock exchange as CRWD. And very interesting thing also, it comes from the incident response business. So it's not like just an antivirus with EDR module, but incident response, helping companies during attack after the incident. And it actually still a major part of the business of CrowdStrike. And then F5, another huge company, founded in 1996, also on stock exchange, and 1999. Extremely huge company with just from security revenue over $1 billion. And just I think this is quite self-explanatory as a slide. It's not only a famous load balancer and app security, but the company, as it is over 30 years on the market, provides also network security management of multi-cloud environment, access control to resources, authentication, DDoS protection, anti-fraud protection, and many, many more. And just a little bit of what is happening in nowadays. We have adversaries everywhere using AI. Average e-crime breakout time is below 50 minutes. 48 here on the slide. The fastest one is 49 seconds. 49 seconds means from the beginning of the attack to the start of lateral movement in our organizations. 49 seconds, you can imagine it's just not enough even to a coffee. And then also very important statistic, 90% of successful cyber attacks begin on the endpoint. Therefore, there's more. Over 80% of attacks are malware-free. So it's not like some exafile or whatever, malware-free with stolen credentials, with other things that traditional legacy virus systems just pass through. So we need to be really on top with technology, and CrowdStrike helps us with this. I have a very short video. It's here on this link. It's on a official YouTube channel of F5. I would like to show this to you. We will practically in a moment expand on this video and show you more in detail how to do it, but this 3-minute video is done so well that I need to play it for you.
To our demo on extending endpoint detection and response, or EDR, to the expanding attack surface. In today's evolving threat landscape, traditional endpoints are just the beginning. Let's dive in. For years, cybersecurity has focused on endpoints, as they're seen as primary points of entry for breaches by arming laptops and mobile devices with EDR. But modern attackers view your entire network as a vast target. Anything connected is vulnerable. Overlooking this creates massive gaps. EDR delivers ongoing monitoring, anomaly detection, and swift responses, so applying it to network appliances unlocks vital advantages. It spots lateral movement early, shields against supply chain attacks, offers unified visibility for quicker responses, enables proactive hunting, and bolsters compliance. The future? A universal endpoint approach. Roll out EDR on all network appliances to counter AI-powered attacks in real time. That's where F5 joins forces with CrowdStrike to extend Falcon sensor visibility to Big IP. Let's go through the overview of the installation flow. Start with obtaining a CrowdStrike customer ID and the RPM file from the CrowdStrike console. Installation scripts hosted at F5. Copy those files to F5 Big IP and execute the installation script. Now you can monitor your installed agent through CrowdStrike Falcon console. If you're already a CrowdStrike customer, select Yes, then reach out to your account manager or email sales@crowdstrike.com. Your account team will provide access to the offer and guide you through the setup with a dedicated customer ID for your Big IP environment. If you are new to CrowdStrike, head to this website and fill in the requested information, including your Big IP registration key. Next, let's log into the CrowdStrike Falcon console. Navigate to Host Setup and Management, and then click Sensor Downloads. You'll find Big IP on the list of sensors. Click Download and save the RPM file. Next, we need the customer ID, or CID. You'll find it right here in the panel on the right. This unique identifier connects your sensors to your organization's Falcon tenant. You will also want to visit the My F5 article and prepare the install and uninstall scripts using the steps listed. Now, let's install the sensor onto Big IP. Download the RPM file and installation scripts to your Big IP. Then copy the files to the /shared/images location. Run the installation script that uses your CrowdStrike customer ID and the location of the RPM file. As you see, installation is now complete, and the sensor can start sending security telemetry to Falcon Cloud. It is now time to check your CrowdStrike Falcon console to configure the detection and prevention policies. Check out the F5 article for more information.
Okay, excellent. That's very much in brief what you need. Easy, very easy thing to configure on a CrowdStrike side. Again, this whole solution of CrowdStrike AI native, cloud native is very modular, over 30 modules, and not only endpoint security, but again, cloud security. There's amazingly huge threat intelligence database. All over 300 biggest APT groups are being followed by CrowdStrike on darknet, dark web, and this is critical information to have to be able to block and do behavioral analysis on the traffic we have, in addition to identity protection and all the managed services also from CrowdStrike, like Falcon Overwatch, Falcon Complete, Incident Response Services, other advisory service, and obviously Charlotte AI, which is everywhere. So let's go back to F5 and what really are the recommendations from F5. So first of all, it's very much recommended to upgrade all your software to the latest version. So it applies to all big IPs, A5, OS, Big IP, Next for Kubernetes, Big IQ, IPMs, and all of this is available on my.f5.com with downloads and instructions. So first thing to do. Secondly, best practices of hardening systems. It applies actually, I think, to most of IT equipment, not only F5. So best practices documentation under this link, hardening tool I have under this link, and step-by-step guideline. Again, if you have any questions, we have Q&A here, and me with Patrick answering all the questions. What we want manage to do during this half an hour, we'll answer after the webinar. And again, this presentation is coming to you in PDF or email. Then additional recommendations from CrowdStrike is, integrate with practically any external CM system and monitor login attempts. So here, of course, we recommend to do it with NGCM from CrowdStrike. Also, fairly easy configuration, and you get this in the package with this full insight tool and this CM unlocked. I'll show you in a moment. Config logs, how to do it under this link, monitoring logging attempts, and then recommendation also for the bike is to install EDR sensor from CrowdStrike on F55 equipment. About the partnership, we have free of charge subscription for Falcon EDR. This is valid for Big IP VE versions 17.1, 17.5.1.3, and only for those ones. Okay, so other versions of Big IP VEs are not supported by this early access program. Big IP VEs with FIPS also not supported. Interesting thing is the offer is valid until 14th of October 2026 this year, so we have still about half year to go. This is ongoing probably already a few months, since August, September last year. Some things has changed a bit. However, still half a year for you not to lose free of charge access to the tenant if you have those versions of Big IP from CrowdStrike, and half a year, I think it's quite amazing still to utilize this, so don't miss out. It's valid even if you have or not CrowdStrike tenant. So what do we get really from the partnership? First of all, offer includes subscription to Falcon Insight XDR and Overwatch with a 7-day.
Rafał, sorry that disturb, but could you open your presentation to full screen?
Yes, of course. Sorry for that. Oh, thanks, Margaret. Okay, so Falcon Insight XDR is practically EDR plus full NGCM 24/7, 365, which collects all telemetry data, not only from endpoint, but also from third-party equipment. So your UTMs, firewalls, and name it, anything, and also obviously F5 equipment. And so we can continuously monitor all endpoint activity, all equipment like F5 activity, and provide with real-time detection and advanced threat response. Falcon Overwatch is a managed service from CrowdStrike, which actually are real humans, as I could say, experts in the field, at least 5 years experience or more working in SOC, and they do proactive hunting for you in your organization, helping you out, advisory or notifications, what is if something is being found. So I think excellent to have it for free again. And we have 7-day search retention, that allows us to quickly scan recent events and support for free and text and complex regex queries with NGCM. What do we need to do? Well, first of all, we go to the store CrowdStrike.com and do checkout on the 5. I'll show it on the next slide here. Similar to like it was on the video, I think the link has changed a bit, but it's the same. So you just continue to check out $0.00, and get your tenant if you don't have one with the sensor to be downloaded. So that's the second step. We download the sensor, we copy customer ID. In a moment, I will show you in the console where it is. So actually, it's our tenant ID. We follow the installation procedure, which is under this link. When we configure host group for BigIP, we always work with host groups in our console. Configure prevention policies, add them to the host group, and finally disable auto-authorization of BigIP sensor just to stay it stays with the same version all the time. And then there is another link down here, which is like explaining on the support portal, CrowdStrike.com, when you already have your tenant, the support portal works, and there is like another way of explaining how the sensor is being installed, etc. So check out, redeem your options. And finally, I'll just move to the console and show you how it looks like. Before that, because I'm not sure if you managed to come back to the presentations, again, any questions you have, CrowdStrike at exclusive-network.com. Best in English, we support this whole region here in Central Eastern Europe. Maria Glodovic is a regional business development manager. There's a few more people as well, but don't hesitate to bother me as a pre-sales engineer and technical issues, or Patrick, our personal emails, or CrowdStrike at exclusive-network.com. And I also invite you very much to sometimes take a look at the resources and events on our webpage at exclusive-network.com, where you can find coming webinars. We one following Tuesday, 24th, which I'll be doing, and we will consider advanced EDR, XDR, with CrowdStrike, with live demo, with a lot of work in the console, really nice. So please take a look at this, register, pass over to someone who would like to. And there is new events on the page also on company's LinkedIn network or my personal LinkedIn network. Always put this event there. Okay, let's take a look at the console. So just put this in full screen. So first of all, we always work on host group. Okay, host setup and management. Obviously, when you receive your console, if you're new to this, create yourself users. So probably more than one admin would be needed, or other users with different privileges. I have here flight control with other tenants, and we create this on parent, but it's okay. Then host groups, the most important. And we always assign policies, whatever policies, prevention, detection policies, sensor update policies to the host group. This is just a lab environment, so I've created one which is called Linux detect policies. And there's two policies here. For prevention policy, which we can access from here or from the main menu, and this is exactly what's on the information on the link I send you. I will send you from the presentation the whole procedure of actually installing the sensor, this RPM file or F5. There is a script you will run, and you just add few basic values here, which is customer ID, proxy if you use one, which sensor, a tag. It's good to have to add a tag, anything you would like, F5 or BigIP, just to have it be able to filter in our host management by tag. So it simplifies installation and then adding to the host group. So step by step, all the information, how to do it. Also enable this Falcon sensor to start up after the reboot and start it. The basic things. And what I wanted to show you is probably, let's go to this presentation. I lost the link. This one, okay. So this is on support portal CrowdStrike.com with details, again, how to install the sensor, and details, also customer ID, and details of how to configure prevention policies. Okay, one by one, what's recommended. And now if I go to this prevention policy, this is our lab. So actually what we do here is only detection, and this is done on purpose just to be able to test and see detections in the console, but be able to test and pass this traffic. Normally it will be configured exactly like on the instruction you've seen in a moment. And obviously we assign policy to the host group, and then we add hosts to the group. And we can simply do it with the tag I just mentioned. So hosts, I can search them. I don't have today any F5 equipment in the lab, but if I add filter, for instance, tag equals F5 as per config, I can filter all the hosts I have and select only those big IPs and then assign them to the host group. So prevention policy regards to the instruction, and then sensor update policy, which is also, I think, sensor update policies. This is for Linux. All of this is for Linux. So here I have already one created policy. I've already one created here. No updates for big IP. So sensor version update off, sensor version update off. Enable policy, by default it is disabled, and assigned host group. So this is assigned to the host group, then Linux detect. And in brief, this is pretty much all. Hosts will appear in visible in your host group, and then obviously we can see detections and things like I'll be showing you on Tuesday, coming Tuesday 24th, which will go through details of a scenario of attacker, a victim, and someone working with CrowdStrike Falcon administrator, be able to see all the detections step by step and what has been done. Very interesting if you haven't seen it yet. So don't miss out this coming Tuesday. And I think our time is almost over. Just coming back to the presentation again. Step-by-step instructions, all of it goes to you in email. CrowdStrike at exclusive-network.com, or one of us here for questions. Anything you would need, please don't hesitate to send that email, Baba. Okay. Thank you very much for joining our webinar today. Amazing to see so many people. Q&A will be answered in the chat here in Q&A box. And have a great rest of the day. Thank you again.
Thank you too. Rafał, thanks for presentation.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.